and welcome to our second interview of Just Like Me. I'm here with Erika, and Erika has graciously agreed to do this interview with me today from Brighton, UK. So let's begin with how you arrived here on the membership site, what led you here, and maybe how long you've been a member.
Okay, I've been a member for about 2 years, but I already was looking through the videos before going into the membership, and I also joined it with one of the training courses for yoga teachers. So that's how I joined it, and then after doing the course, I realized about the membership and all what it had. And so I immediately went into the membership and I love it from the first minute. Yeah, yes.
So you hadn't really been at this. Oh, this surprised me actually. You hadn't really been doing much on the membership site before you were in mentor with Melissa.
Yeah, no. Before it was just through Facebook,
Uh-huh.
maybe your messages. I also bought some of your classes. And to tell you the truth, it was that I, I, I wasn't sure that I wanted to join the membership because I didn't know if I was going to be able to stay. So like my tendency, if I join something, I really want to stay. So I wasn't sure, and I didn't have kind of take the space to find out more about the membership. And it was only through the course that I saw the benefit and all what the membership was offering. But definitely the course for me was so amazing that I said, yeah, no, I really want to go. And that also coincided, there was a time that I was, I have finalized my yoga training, but I was not feeling that the people I did the course with were creating a real community. So I was a yoga teacher without a community. And even the students, that was not what I was thinking. So coming to the membership really was great in terms of create this community. Not only for the yoga, but for a lot of areas or aspects that what I see that is yoga for me, because for me it was not only just yoga asanas or class, but it was also about meditation, about Patanjali and the principles of the yoga, the different kind of areas of Buddhism and other tradition, Hindu tradition, all the components, elements that the membership offer. And I think that was working very good for me because my own experience was that yoga tend to limit it, or people just go more into the yoga asanas, or too much focused meditation, or just this is cool. So I needed something more open and that was going to go in line with my interests and my curiosity. So that's why I really immediately joined it. Become really kind of active as well.
Yeah, you're a very active member. So, when we go on the membership site, I feel like I can see you anywhere, but are there some spots that we can find you more than others? Are there some favorite spots that you like to go?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell us about that.
So the weekly classes, I really like it. I feel that Friday is the end of the week, and I have this kind of a present for me to come for the end of the week and just perfect for the weekend. So I really like it a lot. And each class, I think I always find something special on the class, and it's something that I have said a lot in my comments, is that this to come with a beginner's mind. So it's what I feel with those classes. It doesn't matter what is the level, what is the area, and most of the time it coincides with areas I've been working or how I've been feeling through the week. So I love that a lot. And I enjoyed a lot also the comments of everybody. I learned a lot from all the people's comments. Weekly challenge. I like the challenge. And it's a very friendly, sweet challenge that we have every week. Really like the new kind of format, as I mentioned before, with the photos that each one of the classes per each day you're going to have for this challenge is there in the screen. So I'm very visual, so that works very good for me. And I play with that as well. It's like sometimes I do one of the classes of the challenge twice, or maybe if I don't have full time to do the full class, I do part of this and then finish later, or maybe no, but it's just not to feel that I have to do all in detail. That is something that I really like of the membership. One that I maybe don't do more comments is the one on the meditation.
Yeah.
So I really been following, I think we are in week 31 or 37, I cannot remember. But I love what Michelle and you've been doing in this section. Really has helped my meditation going on. I like the mix of having guide meditation, but also have the space of non-guide meditation. So definitely the area of guide meditation, I always come here. And I also recently, you did this list of
Yeah. Of the guided meditations?
yes, yeah.
So let me show that too. So that's in the community playlist section. If you scroll down past all the long videos and then past the shorter videos and past Linda's recipes, there's a community playlist section. Then, and what's been great is a couple of people have been starting their own playlist since then. But I did just put together a playlist of guided meditations. Yes, and you responded to that. I see there. Yeah, because that has been a request. A big request is for guided meditations, and I knew there were a lot of them. And so last week I sat down and I went through the whole membership site, and there are over 60 of them on our membership site. So you could do one a week and have more than enough for a year.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing, and at the moment I've been trying to, because I do practice kind of every day in the morning, very good with that, but no in the evening, and I know that will benefit me a lot. And I haven't managed to establish it as it is. But I've been using some of these lists, and last week I managed to do twice in the evening. That for me is fantastic. So I think it's suddenly something comes from the membership and it starts to work for you. Even you've been trying to do it before, but suddenly it's the great thing. So I'm really loving this list a lot. And I have to confess that is one of my favorite meditations. And I used to have it recorded in my iPad, and something happened to the iPad, all gone, etc. And the other day I was looking in the list, and this is one short meditation about sealing and protecting yourself.
Oh yeah,
You're wearing a red top and some jeans.
yeah, I
is
know
what
the one you mean. It's in, now I put it in the list. I ended up putting it with the take fives.
Oh, I see.
I moved it there. So actually, let's show them where that is, and then I'll be able
Yes.
to find it. Okay, because it only takes 5 minutes. It's the shielding, and I
Yeah.
know the one you mean.
I use that a lot for traveling.
Oh, that's a
When,
great
yeah,
idea.
yeah, yeah. So when I have to travel, go out or meeting or something like that, I think this is my, how you call when you have a good thing to protect you, like an amulet. I don't know. In Spanish, I know the word, but not in
That
English.
is an English word too.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good word for it. So in the short video section, Amanda has a lot of videos, and actually Amanda said, somebody's been putting videos in my section, and I said, that's me. I hope it's okay.
Did you say that?
I said, I have a few videos that are only of 5 minutes too. I thought this would be a good spot to put them.
Oh, that's great.
So
Because I,
these are
yeah.
videos that are only 5 minutes. When Amanda took the Mentor with Melissa course, her biggest takeaway from that course was that, it can sometimes it can take as short as 5 minutes to regroup or recenter or find your spirit in the day. And from that, she was inspired to start this section on the membership site. And she has all these short videos where you can just take 5 minutes to
Yeah.
out of your day. And so there are several short videos that allow you to just take a few minutes from your day. I know these are good ones if you work, and you can just and you have a lunch break, and you can just close your office door if you have that, or go to a park and pull one of these up. It's great. So the one you're talking about is the centering, grounding, and shielding meditation.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's
Yeah,
it.
and we filmed it in an apple orchard. There it is.
Yeah. Yes. The red top.
And then there's just an audio of it as well, so you can use just that.
Yeah. No, I'm going to bring it back to my favorites as well. So
Yeah, you
that's,
could
thank
download
you.
that and put it on your iPad again and have it for when you're traveling. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really good one to use when you're traveling, or
Yeah, I know.
a good one to do at the beginning of any day too.
Yes, exactly. And also together with the one on Sankalpa. So that's another for me area that is amazing. From it's not a specific area, but it's everywhere about the intention. So I like that, and also I like the happy moment of the
Happy
day.
moment of the day.
Oh, as even if you don't have that happy moment, you'll find other happy moments from other things.
Yeah, we moved
And
that one right up to the top recently.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's so positive and really special. Yeah, I really like. But and at the same time, devotionals. I think it's been the sense of the community is amazing because it's as the space where people that is going through any difficulties in the membership find the space to come here, and I think it's amazing how all the community, how supportive everybody is. It's such amazing energy. And Ivy, okay, is amazing with the work that she does here as well.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of the membership community too. The devotional thread. If you need any support, or if you want to offer your practice as a devotional practice or your meditation practice to others, this is a great spot on the membership site that you can come to and offer your practice and support to others as well. And we've seen the fruits of this area again and again when people come back and say that,
Yeah.
wow, your practices really helped and worked. And it's nothing short of a miracle every time. So
Yeah.
it's an amazing section. Yeah.
No, yeah. No, it's very special. And then this the Bhagavad Gita. That is kind of the whole package because we have the classes and we also have the meetings for the different chapters.
Yeah,
But
so
also, if you didn't have time to come to the meeting, there is a recording and you can listen that later on.
so
So
I'll show some of the
it's,
classes first.
yeah.
So you can this I'm so glad you brought this up because you can join in. I'm just going to take some time and break this down a little bit because
Hmm.
you can join in these anytime. And we have really broken this down in a way that makes this, like everything that we do on Namaste Yoga and in the membership site, accessible for everybody. So this is a spiritual text that, and we've chosen a translation that is incredibly accessible as well. So we are reading Eknatheswaran's Classics of Indian Spirituality. It's an incredibly accessible translation. And it's not just translated into English, it's translated into several languages. Are you reading it in English or are you reading it in Spanish, Erica?
In English, yeah.
It's probably available in Spanish, though, as well.
Yeah, there are some recordings from Argentina that is audio, uh, but yeah, no, I listen to them. It's very good. It's great that it's as audio, um, but yeah, no, I went back to the to the
To English?
reading version in English. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I've seen it in Spanish in some libraries as well. Yeah, yeah, it's very universal. Yeah.
Yeah, and these, I am not just creating these classes on my own. I'm doing them together with another graduate from the Mentor with
Yeah.
Melissa course, Molly Crowley. So she, which, I am grateful to have her wisdom and insight for these classes as well. So we create the classes together and we come up with the reviews of the chapters together and the questions and the meetups together. So it's great to have that another brain with me on this because it's good to go through the material together with another person. So just to let you know that that's all there. We've gone all the way from chapter 1 to 12. There are 18 chapters in the Gita, so we'll be doing the next 6 chapters. We're on chapter 10 right now. So in a couple of months, we'll be doing the next chapters for you. And then, as Erica mentioned, if you scroll down past the classes here to the study and reading groups, we have a Bhagavad Gita reading group. And you really can join in at any time. We have all the past recordings from the meetup. So a lot of people, when they come into the membership site, say that they want to go deeper into yoga philosophy. Well, this is a yoga philosophy course here just waiting for you. So take advantage. I honestly, based on my teacher training, I don't know, I can't speak for yours, Erica, but I never got anything nearly as in depth in this in
No,
my teacher
no,
training.
no.
And then I want to show you, we have a meetup coming up this Sunday, March 22nd on chapter 10. And I want to point out here that, so here's the translation that we're reading. And you can get it for less than $6 on your Kindle. I just really want to highlight how accessible this is.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And then also you can join anytime. It's if you do this class, which is right here, you will be ready to come and discuss the chapter. Also, we have been putting down an overview of the chapter here. If you read this overview, and I've been putting some quotes from the chapter down, and we're putting down the questions that we'll be discussing as well. So I really do want to highlight how accessible this is. And it's not like going to a university course on yoga philosophy. We really do make it, short of actually reading to the chapter for you, I'm not really sure how much more accessible we can make this for you.
No, it's amazing, and it's not like you go to these meetings and it's like a testing if you manage to read it or understand everything. It's so much related to your own day-to-day life
Yes,
that
thank you.
basically you come and you said what you've been experienced without having to prepare nothing special. So it's so for me it was so easy to be that in that space. So I think it's been amazing, and the kind of methodology that is being used that really relates to our lives. So that's so valuable. So it makes the reading much easier and enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, and that really goes to what the Gita is all about, which is it is a guidebook for your daily living. And so to have the meetups be anything else about other than your day-to-day life would go against what this book is all about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we really are talking about how this chapter relates to your day-to-day life, and that really is what the Gita is about. So, I'm really glad you spoke about that as well.
Yeah. No, it's good. Um,
Thanks for hitting on one of my
no.
pet projects on the membership site. When I
No,
hear
that's
so much, I hear so often when people come in, they want to study yoga philosophy, and yet very few
yes.
people actually delve into that part of the membership site. So,
No, that's true. That's true, and I think it's there, and I for the times I've been trying to do in courses, etc. Even once I tried to do a course on the Bhagavad Gita and online or something like that. It was completely different because it was out of a context. And the great thing is that you do it together as part of a community and other people bringing ideas, etc. So definitely make it very, very accessible. Yeah.
thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So there are also the different classes that I've been using and repeating. I also been back to the classes that you did at the beginning. And for instance, the class 1 to 10, they are amazing. All are amazing, but I love them. There was recently I wanted to go deeper on the kidneys and work more with my kidneys, with the organs. And I don't know if it's a class of 21. I cannot remember, one of the first ones. It was amazing. And it has become my favorite now. And I really like because I like anatomy, but when it's explained in a very easy way that also is going to help you to connect with your own body, and not try to just go around with a lot of anatomy terminology. And that class is amazing because of that, because really helps to understand what is the organ, but also how this can be connected with emotions, and so how being translating traditional Chinese medicine. So different aspects, and all that done in one class. And then if you integrate to that all the asanas that are connected with this region, I think that works so good for me, or well for me, and it's been very useful. I have had different injuries in the last 2 years. I tend to move very fast. I'm not very careful. I know people think that I move like a yogi. I don't. So I twist my ankles like 2 or 3 times. I did my knee. And it's been a lot of classes that have been so useful for me. But not only to recover from the physical, but to be patient, to care for my knee or for my ankle. I think it's been amazing. Even for my eyes, I have a dry eyes, and I even remember I wrote to you saying, "Oh, I feel," and then you remind me. Remember, it's this class and this class, and so I went, and I've been doing some of the classes consistently for the last 6 months, and this time I really did it. And it's working. So it's only when you do it that you're really going to see.
Yeah.
But it comes. We cannot be perfect, and you always have something, and one day you never expect things to start to work, and it's like,
Yeah, so I want to show some of the organ classes on the membership site because there are quite a few of them on the membership site as well. So I'll show on the screen here from some of the most recent ones because I did a few very recently too in the multi-day series section in the morning sequence classes. There were 3 organ classes with the large intestine, the stomach sequence, and the spleen sequence, and those have the Chinese medicine connection that Erika was talking about that she liked. Also, off the top of my head, I know that there's a liver one in here. The liver cleanse yin class here is really great, especially at this time of year. And I know Hannah and I talked about that one as well. And then another organ class that is a couple, I think there's a couple of them in the winter series as well.
For the adrenals glands.
Yes, there's adrenals, but also there's the kidney, because you were speaking about the kidneys too. The kidney and the kidney meridians, and the bladder and the bladder meridian in that section. So just so that you know about that. And then I'm thinking for the eyes on the membership site, they're probably in the short section. In the head, shoulders, knees, and toes class, I'm pretty sure there's probably some eye yoga in the head class. Yeah, eye yoga. So in that class, there's some eye yoga. And also in the classes that I'm going to be filming, right there. In the classes that I'm going to be filming imminently for that deal with the neuroplasticity, I know that working with the eye yoga is going to be a big part of that as well. So that will be very much integrated into those classes as well.
Yeah. No, I like. There is one, I don't know, in 70 something of I forgot now the Pali Hindu name, when you have a fixed point in front of you, when you look in something, specifically is drishti.
Drishti, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember which class is that. I really love it, but I don't know. I can say that, but maybe we could have more of those classes.
So on the membership site, there is a class. There's a meditation that has the drishti too. So if you go to so that's the thing. Often there is more of what you're looking for already here in the membership site. So when you come to the introduction to meditation, there is the candle gazing, which works with the drishti.
I cannot see the...
You're not seeing it now?
No, I see just the same page that I was seeing before, but not the...
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. For some reason, my...
Yeah, now. That's it. Oh, yes, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a really beautiful meditation on drishti that is in the membership site.
Yeah. So it's called meditation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the candle gazing, and it's in the introduction to meditation. So there's in this section there's a meditation to prepare your body for sitting, and then there are 4 different guided meditations in here,
Yeah.
One's on being in your body, one's on being with your breath, one's on being with your thoughts, and then there's this candle gazing one,
Yeah.
which,
No,
if you're
that
interested
was.
in drishti, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, was there anything else you wanted to share about on the membership site?
Um, I think there are kind of a series. One that for me, there are two things. One is the series, and in on the series, what that I remember that was very special for me was the menopause, for personal reasons, but also because it's an area that I would like to explore more, in terms of women, and I think it was amazing, the series. I tend to come back to the menopause, and I one of the things is that on the comments, there were, a lot of things that were shared were very amazing, of different women about experience, but also about the resources, different books, bibliography. It was so rich, so special. I really, really enjoyed. And it's not just limited to premenopause or menopause women or postmenopause, but I think it in some way was just this link with women body and reproductive, body, and also connected with what is menopause symbolically in other terms. Like, I don't know, it was beautiful the way that it was done. I really enjoyed.
I'm so glad you brought up that series. I was just looking at that the other day and
Oh,
thinking about how special it was too, and thinking about how it feels like it hasn't been touched in a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the same.
And it's like, wow, it's such a great resource. And, I feel like there's a huge percentage of our population that are probably in this phase of their life. And I'm somewhat surprised it's not more used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any women who are, the perimenopause class, I just feel like, any women who aren't in menopause yet are either in perimenopause or postmenopause. And then there's this great osteoporosis class there. I mean, that's like just pretty much any woman who's not in menopause in our membership site. So,
Yeah.
like, women, you need to be in this section.
Completely, completely.
You need
Yes.
to be practicing it. And there's so much you can be doing. I mean, osteoporosis is a real thing, and there's so much, if you're practicing this class, like women, this needs to be in your regular cycle to build up your bone density so that it isn't an issue for you later. And then there are these fabulous recipes in here that
Yes.
Linda did for us that are great for, better bones, things that'll just support you in your life for women. And then also, there are tinctures and teas and things in here, women, that will support you so much. Like,
Yeah.
if you were to drink these milk thistle and dandelion tinctures, ladies, you would be a lot less frustrated and irritated throughout the month. Like, there's just a wealth of information in here, and it would be great. I think actually, Hannah single-handedly resurrected the today's practice section in her interview. Maybe you'll resurrect this section in your interview.
Oh, that would be great. Definitely, yes, yeah, yeah. We have to
Yeah.
come back to that one. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for
Ah,
highlighting this section, this series, because it's an important one.
yeah,
And
no,
if you're a
definitely.
woman, you fit into one of these categories.
Yeah, and classes are amazing, and everything is there. It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then the last series, the series on the energy.
The morning classes?
Yeah, the no, I'm talking about the last series that is nourishing the energy, or I cannot remember the name
Oh, the
for the rest.
Namaste ones. Yep.
The Namaste one, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And for the morning series, there is one when you just touch
The
here,
tapping. Yeah.
yes, and the tapping, and since I did it, I've been doing every morning. So I think we're doing the same in the morning, Melissa.
Yeah. So that one's wake up your energy. Yeah.
That was fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to create a kind of a routine, for me, worked very well to kind of find 10 minutes, something that even if you don't have much time, but it's beautiful to have certain kind of I don't know, certain patterns that you repeat every morning, certain habits, nice ones, or I don't know how to call it. Included the lemon water in the morning. So they're very nice classes, and this one is very practical. It's as you said, while I walk into the bathroom, I can go and tap in. Yes,
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
the way it was presented, and about the Namaste classes is the last series about the energy and. To preserve the energy, and it's been amazing, and together with the one of nourishing, the Arjudehi, the mantra of the Arjudehi. So it's been, I think, since the last 30, 40 classes. It's for me been very, very special. And again, I come back to the previous one. But these ones are really enjoying. Is the structure, the way of working with the energy, with emotions, with so subtle and deep. Really like those classes a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so I appreciate you giving us the tour of the membership site through your eyes. That was fantastic. And now I'd love to hear, you spoke a little bit about some of the challenges that you've had along the way. You have fantastic energy. I know sometimes it's hard to contain yourself and stop yourself.
Yes.
And
you notice I've been moving a lot here.
do you want to turn on a light right now? I see it's getting dark there.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going to do this. I'm coming back. Is it better?
Yeah. So I know that yoga has incredible transformative qualities, and I'd love to hear for you to speak a little bit about how yoga has changed the way you think, speak, and act in the world.
I think for me, the process has been amazing. I think I would say that I used to be workaholic and I kind of, my refuge was work. And I knew that, and I was aware of that. And I did therapy, trying to come out of that, maybe because of my experience. I have to leave my country. I'm from Colombia, and I arrived in the UK as a refugee. So I was working on human rights, so I have to leave my country. And of course, it was not something that I wanted or I decided to do. So when I arrived in England, I really had to, for me, the only option was to carry on working hard because there were other people there in my country that also were experiencing situations of violations of human rights, etc. So I was feeling kind of a guilty, but at the same time coming from a culture where you have to work hard. You have to get up very early and go and do a lot of tasks and things. And because you come from a country that is a conflict, any opportunity you get, you do things. So it's all the time moving. So one thing was my personality, and the second thing was the situation where I was coming from. And I was not able to process the experience of I went through when I was living in Colombia as being an activist on human rights, and the experience I went through. I was in prison, etc. So I just kind of went into work and work and work, and that carried on like that for many years. I have two girls, and I think the same approach was there. Working, having the children, but it was too much. So I did the therapy, and it was good. It helped me to see a bit what was going on. But it was, I think, gradually yoga who helped me to really start to discover myself, and to, without changing myself, start to move from that place of being only focused on work and work and work. And I think one thing that helped a lot, it was because I was helping myself. It was not somebody else doing it for me. Yoga gave me this kind of big tool that is me who's doing it from inside. Even for me, therapy was more the outside. I was more kind of preparing what I was going to say to the therapist. Well, this process of the yoga has helped me to process my own situation, my fears, my pain, and still it's a lot there. Still, I feel fear, anger, anxious, but it's something in there, in the background, that I know is supporting me, that didn't have it before. In these ways that also this membership has become this kind of support around me, because I needed that as well. So although I trained to become a yoga teacher, I was practicing yoga, but more because I had to. And I think the membership helped me to do a practice not as an obligation, but as something that I really enjoyed. Some people find that this is too much, but I get very early, like between 4 or 4:30 in the morning, every day, and I enjoy it. It's not a sacrifice for me. It's my time, it's my space. I can do it with time. I really enjoy it. And I think it's one of the first things that I do that I do naturally. It's that I can enjoy, that I'm happy there. So that's great. But as I said before, I still can be. There are moments when I can go too much with my energy. I cannot control it. Still, my movements. Even I try to teach and encourage people to look after themselves. Recently, when I went to one of my trips for work, I spent one day in New York. I was very excited. I have the walking boots, and something was hurting me in my ankle. But I said, it's walking boots, it's fine. And I came here, and I only have one day. So I walk and walk, and then my toes as well started to hurt me. So I have to stop. And I realized that the boot has said something wrong inside. I have to get a plastic bag, and I was walking in New York with a plastic bag. Till finally I managed to find a place to buy a new pair of shoes. And of course, 2 of my toes hurt and still are painful. So I'm working on them. and my ankle as well. So I think it's this process is continuous. It's to be so. So it's part of what
Being a
of
human
everything.
being.
Yes, of being a human being. And get excited and yes, and forget that we have a body
Yeah,
and we have to look after the body.
right. Yeah, true. Too true.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that you speak about that really stands out to me, and also something that feels like is really present in our community right now, is that I'd love to hear you speak more about, is how you are present with strong emotions when you come to your practice, because you know you have been through a lot in your lifetime, and the kind of work you do too means that you are present to a lot of emotions and trauma. And so I'm curious, in your own practice, how you are present to those things when they come up, the strong emotions, the feelings of overwhelm, maybe memories from the past. You know, you've gone through a lot in your life. Because just because you practice yoga, it doesn't mean those things go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've been able to speak out more about my experience in certain situations. I think that is a kind of the practice has helped me to some levels of honesty. Of course, if I feel that I can trust the space or I can talk, I tend to say maybe I'm very emotional because this remember of my past, of my experience in the past. So I would say no. Maybe I prefer not to go to this place because today I'm very emotional, and I can stop myself if I feel that I'm not going to be able to deal with a difficult situation. But before I just went and exposed myself. I think this kind of awareness is been so useful for me. One thing I have learned is to my intuition. I think listening to my intuition helps me a lot in terms of what I feel, where I can be useful or not useful, or where I am emotional, ready to do something, or even to take decisions. I have realized that my intuition has been very good. Has helped me in my life. So recognize that that's something that I have that is very valuable. And I think to talk from the heart to others that maybe are in a situation that I was in the past, it helps a lot. But also helps me in a way that I feel that I was able to pass what I really was feeling. Maybe before I was trying to follow more a protocol or something that was the correct thing to say, but who can tell what is the correct thing to say? And I think to be more patient, to understand things not going to change quick, immediately, that has been very, very good for me. And just to remind myself that all is a process, that things cannot happen. Not even if you try to do things to happen, if things are not ready, this is not going to happen. That 5 years ago, or forget it, no. No. So, yeah, that's...
Yeah, thank you. Those are all really helpful. I think I was going to highlight what stood out to me about that, but I think that when people are listening, I would encourage them to go back and listen to that twice, because I think that they will hear what's important to them in that. Because there's a lot of wisdom there, and there are a lot of insights there to be heard.
And one thing that for me is also very strong is about identity. And I think people should have more space to work on their own identity. And I think this society doesn't allow us to. I am a member of the LGBT community, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. And for me to construct and to come and be open and as a lesbian, it took me a long time. I first went through the human rights, women, displaced people, refugees, all around, but only what was my real priority came later. And it's what I experienced with a lot of people as well. So I think, again, that is space of building your identity, to know who you are, can come from different ways. And for me to be an activist in rights, it's work for me and for the others. I am less of an activist than I used to be, because there are other people coming and they can do it. And I really believe that not only with activists you can change the situation of human rights. I think yoga can give a great contribution. Yeah. So, and that's talking about some of your classes I love, about the cultural conditioning, the one about violence against women. I think it's not because you're going to become an activist, but this, from where we are now, we can pass more this message of care and love for others, and more tolerance and more respect. And I think we are in a good place to do that. And I can see that in a lot of the members in the community.
Absolutely. And I really think that when we have this space, when you carve out this space in your life for your own personal practice, and that really is one of the 3 pillars that we offer in our membership site, is support for your personal practice. And when you carve out that space in your life for your own personal practice, it opens up that window, that doorway, that gate for you to really connect with your own true self. And I think that's what you're speaking about when you talk about connecting with your own identity. When you're really connected with that in a strong way, you're able to understand your own needs in a much deeper way as well. And then through that, you're able to express your truth, speak from your heart, and do that in a way that is non-harming to others as well as to yourself. And I think that was a lot of what I heard you speak about when I asked you about how you show up for yourself when strong emotions show up in your practice. It's because you've carved out this space and time in your life to really connect and know yourself, that you're able to be present to yourself when the strong emotions come up. And I think even though it is more challenging when the difficult times in our life arise, when there is this relationship with ourself, there is that, when we've cultivated that relationship with ourself, we can trust ourselves to know what we need. Yeah. And then be able to express that in the world, And then as you say, there are times that we need to retreat and times that we can go out in the world, and to trust that ebb and flow of our life as well.
Yeah. No, it's that. It's in that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I find it all um, as everybody knows now, English is not my first language. And I also have dyslexia, so even for me, writing in Spanish have certain challenges and etc. And one of the things is with the membership is amazing. The kind of non-perfection is that when you do a comment, it's not because you're going to do a comment and it's going to be perfect. And I think some days, even if I try to correct something that I wrote, because of the dyslexia, I can read that it's perfect, but it's not. And even though people they try to understand me, and I can see that, and they can pick up the spirit of what I'm trying to say, and I noticed that with other people as well. So at the beginning, yes, of course, it took me time to start to write, but eventually I was feeling this is an amazing space. This is acceptance, and it's been amazing to be part of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that just, and I think because really to me, it is, it is your comments, and the comments of other members that really make up our community, that make it what it is. And the more people like you that comment, the more vibrant our community becomes. And so, and when I hear a story like yours, here's somebody whose English is not your first language and you have dyslexia, and here you are posting on the forum. I think, wow, how brave and courageous. And then I hear other people who maybe feel, they feel nervous to post on the forum. And I hope that when they hear your story, that that will give them courage to post and to know that, that their posts will be accepted. And they only have to look at our guidelines and know that and I think this deserves sharing right now, and then we'll wrap it up. But let's share the screen, and I'm going to pull up my start sharing that screen. This thing keeps flipping back and forth on me for some reason. But let's just show the guidelines, because I think they speak really well, and I haven't had to change them hardly at all since we started. When you read this first, when you join, and go to the last page here, we have our own interpretation of ahimsa here, to treat everybody in this community with loving kindness, reverence, love, and compassion for all. And the way we do this is that we ask everybody to just speak from their own experience, to speak from the words I and not you, to maintain confidentiality, give other people the dignity of their own experience, and trust that each person has access to their own wisdom. And so that we don't offer other people advice. We don't judge them. We don't advise them. We don't fix them. We just let people show up and find their own insights and find their own wisdom. And when you get responses, it will be people simply mirroring your experience back to you, simply offering acceptance and encouragement, because we know that you are on your own journey and you can find your own answers. And so nobody's going to say, you made a spelling mistake, you don't know how to write, you dummy, or anything like that. And more than that, nobody's going to say, well, if only you did your meditation like this, or you need to read this book, or you need to change your diet in this way. Nobody is going to give you advice. And I think that is what really creates this environment of loving kindness and acceptance. And it's something that I hear about often from people when they join the forum, that it stands out to them, that it is different. And so, you can post here in a space that is going to be different. Yeah.
No, it's amazing. I mean, this just the sharing, and because you become closer to the community, and there are times where maybe you're very busy and you cannot post. So it's accepting that as well. And there are some other days that you can do more posts, and you are kind of more inspired, or you have more time. It changes.
Yeah.
It's not like once you do it, you have to carry on. No, because what it gives this is not an obligation. So it becomes natural.
Yeah, it's an ebb and flow too, and
Yeah.
to when you're inspired about your practice, you can write about it. When you need support for your practice, we're here for you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So see, this hour went fast, Erika.
Ah!
You've already done more than an hour.
Oh my God.
So we need to wrap this up.
Yes.
I would love for people to comment on your interview. So remember that being part of our community happens after you listen to the interview. So come on over and join in with your friends and like-minded yogis. And let us know how getting to know Erika inspired and motivated you in your yoga practice. And plug into our community of like-minded yogis from all around the world. And let us know how getting to know Erika helped you today. So here's the call to action. Respond here and let Erika know if you have any questions for her. Even if you've never posted before, now I'm sure that Erika has inspired you to post.
Spanish as well.
Yes, you can post in Spanish as well. And your response is valuable to us. When you respond, we all learn and grow together. So leave a comment and be part of the conversation. And thank you so much, Erika, for being with us today and for taking your time. It was great to get to know you. I already know you pretty well because we spent a lot of time together, but I'm very much looking forward to other people having a chance to get to know you better.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
George.